There is no need whatsoever for me to introduce Nick Fuentes. He is without a doubt the most popular and well-known neo-Nazi figure in the American political sphere at the moment. And he's had quite the roller coaster ride when it comes to being deplatformed as of late. And rightfully so, I would argue, considering he is a Holocaust denier, an anti-Semite. He goes out of his way to spread rhetoric that can lead to the harm of minorities in our country directly, by the way. I'm pretty sure that a lot of the people who shot up like synagogues and mosques and whatnot, who were like Nazis and white nationalists, are probably grapers. That's what Nick Fuentes calls his fans, grapers. They used to have another name for themselves that I can't say on stream because I'll get banned. Anyway, Nick Fuentes, because of his rhetoric and because of the horrible shit that he spews, has been banned from YouTube, from Twitch, from DLive, I think he got banned from. He's been banned from countless streaming services and other social media, which you would expect. But astonishingly, for years after he was banned from all of these services, he was never banned from Twitter. Not only was he not banned from Twitter, but he was verified on Twitter. The little blue check mark. He was verified on Twitter. And Twitter recently updated their TOS saying that, in a way, they consider the verified mark not just a verification that someone exists, but as a endorsement of that figure. And I imagine that change in Twitter's policy probably has something to do with Nick Fuentes getting banned. Now, why did it take so long for Nick Fuentes to get banned? Well, I actually don't know, and I'm not going to pretend like I do. However, I will say that Nick Fuentes, before he got banned, if you guys went and checked, you were probably all blocked by him on Twitter. I was blocked by Nick Fuentes on Twitter. A lot of my followers are blocked by Nick Fuentes on Twitter, and that is because Nick Fuentes went out of his way to block every left-leaning person he could on Twitter to avoid getting reported and thus having his account banned. And that's why he would block people. And he tweeted stuff out that was TOS, though I guess a lot of people don't realize you can report a Twitter account that has you blocked. You can still do that. It'll show you their tweets. If you click the report button and go to report account, you can do that. If they like, you can see their most recent tweets when they bring up the list of tweets to report. And that's what I did. I mean, fuck it. I'll report people if they're breaking TOS. Why not? Jesus, there's a reason the button's there. What, I'm just not going to use it? Anyway, today we got the fantastic news that Nick Fuentes has been banned from Twitter. And it is a day to rejoice. Just an absolute day to rejoice, if you ask me. Hold on. Screen. There we go. Let's get rid of the games thing there. All right. There we go. People celebrating Nick getting banned. Michael Knowles here, who I guess we now know is a supporter of Nazism, saying the swift and utter unpersoning. By the way, for those that don't know, unpersoning comes from 1984 by George Orwell. So, you know, the conservatives who haven't read 1984 still using terms from that. The swift and utter unpersoning of Nick Fuentes should worry anyone who in any way contradicts the dominant liberal regime. Ah, amazing. Amazing. Ooh, and Dylan Burns with the epic burn, because this actually is something that I maybe did a little research on. Republican representative, I believe his name is Matt Gozar. Let me check. Hold on. His name's Matt Gozar, right? No, it's not Matt Gozar. It's Paul, I think. Paul Gozar. Yeah. Paul Gozar is a Republican representative, I believe, from Alabama, who is good friends with Nick Fuentes and helped organize the January 6th Capitol riots. Did you guys know that? Unironically, I have a list of a few Republican lawmakers, elected officials, who Ali Alexander, one of the Stop the Steal people that helped spread the big lie. Wait, I just realized my webcam needs to be flipped. That helped spread the big lie that Trump had the election stolen from him. He actually is friends with Nick Fuentes. Like actual Republican lawmakers are friends with Nick Fuentes and helped organize that riot. And who would have guessed those are the same people pushing against the commission as well. Anyway, that's not what I want to talk about here. We're going off into the weeds. We're getting too caught up in things. I went ahead and I gathered an article that we're going to go over along with a tweet that I feel like just perfectly encapsulates the types of people that are mourning the banning of Nick Fuentes, okay? And I want to say this. If you are against Nick Fuentes getting banned, whether you like it or not, you are on these guys' side, okay? Just making that very clear. So let's take a look. Here's Gab.com, the free speech social network social media network who went ahead and banned commenting on the comments of this post. So here we have a post from the ADL. It says, Nick J. Fuentes is a white nationalist, true, who traffics in disinformation, true, and division, true. He and his Groyper army spout anti-Semitic racist rhetoric, true, and are working hard to mainstream their extremist views, true. Read more about Fuentes here. And then Nick Fuentes is suspended, and Gab.com, the official Twitter account, by the way, verified on Twitter, Twitter, you missed one. Twitter, guys, you missed one. Why do Jewish supremacist special interest groups get to dictate who has a voice on the internet? Which is astonishing when literally all they did is give their opinion on Nick Fuentes, their true and objective opinion, by the way, on Nick Fuentes, and post their thing about it on Twitter. Wait. So either they think that the ADL is behind Nick getting banned, or they think Twitter is a Jewish special interest group. So pretty phenomenal types of people standing up for Nick Fuentes here. We actually have a article here, and we can listen to it. Let's listen to it, actually, because God knows I don't like reading. Let's go ahead and listen to this article. It's by Forbes, by Jack Brewster. Twitter bans white nationalist leader Nick Fuentes, ally of Arizona Republican Paul Gosar. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Twitter bans white nationalist leader Nick Fuentes, ally of Arizona Republican Rep. Gosar. Top line. Nick Fuentes, the 22-year-old leader of a white nationalist group who was embraced by Representative Paul Gosar, Republican Arizona, was suspended by Twitter on Friday, one of the last platforms that had yet to banish the far-right rising star.
Just a quick word from our sponsor.
Study journalism with
Whoa! Stop!
the Pulitzer Prize-winning author. Learn engineering with a Nobel laureate. Or do a virtual lab with a MacArthur Fellow. Arizona State University offers more than 200 programs online. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.
Key facts.
They added ads to the fucking to the text to speech on the article. Good Lord.
Twitter confirmed it banned Fuentes
With
after
adblock.
repeated violations of its rules, without offering further information. The Anti-Defamation League, ADL, on Thursday published an article on its blog entitled Nicholas J. Fuentes, 5 Things to Know, in which it accused Fuentes of using his platform to make numerous anti-Semitic and racist comments. Fuentes responded.
This is really important. I actually didn't know this. The day before his ban, that's when the ADL posts came out. That's fantastic. Do you guys know what this is? This is something that I feel like the left doesn't understand. We deny the existence of this like lefty echo chamber where if you're right wing, you'll be banned or whatever, because it's not true. There are like literally thousands of large right wing figures that haven't been banned and probably never will be banned. But honestly, if you actually buckled down and instead of blocking these large right-wing figures on like Twitter or YouTube that are like constantly breaking TOS, you understand that there exists a fucking report button for a reason. Use the report button. If you click onto some video where a guy's talking about how trans people are mentally ill degenerates and Jewish people control the world and the Holocaust didn't happen, don't block that person on YouTube or block that person on Twitter. Report them and then block them, you guys. Come on. Get with it. For Christ's sakes. Come on. What are you doing? What do you make of Shapiro's take? What is Ben Shapiro's take? Let's go ahead and see it. I'm curious. Considering Ben Shapiro is Jewish, I would think that he'd be in favor of it. Nick Fuentes is a garbage person with garbage beliefs. Based. Twitter is also filled with lots of garbage people with garbage beliefs. True. Only certain people get banned. Nobody should trust Twitter's supposed free speech neutrality. Ah, God. That's so... This is so spineless, you know? Like, even as a Jewish man, Ben Shapiro still has to toe the conservative line and support anti-Semitism. So unfortunate. Vosh trending. I heard there was a big debate. I haven't seen it yet. I got really high last night and then passed out and woke up late.
On his Telegram account, claiming that Twitter suspended him because of the ADL report, saying he was permanently suspended hours later. In April, Twitter banned an account associated with Fuentes' political group, America First. Fuentes is also banned by YouTube, Reddit, TikTok, Spotify, Venmo, Stripe, and Clubhouse, among others, according to the Chicago Tribune. Key background.
Surprising.
Fuentes has been labeled a white supremacist by the FBI in a court document and white nationalist organizer by the Southern Poverty Law Center. He attended both the Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville, Virginia in 2017 and the rallies in Washington, D.C.
He helped organize the insurrection. He's on a no-fly list because he helped organize all of that shit. Hey, Danabo. Yeah, Hippy Dippy's gonna be fun. I'm excited. We're just doing a segment on Nick Fuentes first.
On January 6th leading up to the Capitol riot, he first rose to prominence through his online show America First with Nicholas J. Fuentes, which he began live streaming in 2017. Fuentes is an avowed member of the Groiper Army, which the ADL describes as a white supremacist group. At a political event earlier this year, he warned the U.S. was losing its white demographic core and called the Capitol riot attack awesome. He has previously defended segregation and denied parts of the Holocaust, though he later said he was joking about his Holocaust comments. 2 days before the Capitol riot, Fuentes suggested killing legislators who refused to vote to overturn the 2020 election, before walking the idea back. What can you and I do to a state legislator, besides kill them? He said on his live stream. We should not do that. I'm not advising.
You guys remember when Nick Fuentes said that the age of consent is a liberal feminist construct? Do you guys remember that? It was absolutely hysterical watching his audience try to cope with that. We watched the clip on stream where he was on his little what's it called? His little D-Live stream, and you know, his chat's flying by, and he's talking about how the age of consent is a liberal feminist construct, and the whole chat is spamming Vosh moment to cope, because rather than saying, what the fuck, dude, this is a miss, which some of them did say, to be fair, instead they were like, okay, our guy is saying some pedo shit, but Vosh is still a pedo. Yeah.
That, but I mean, what else can you do, right? Surprising fact. Fuentes was verified on Twitter and had more than 125,000 followers on the platform before he was suspended Friday. Activists had tried for months to deplatform him before Friday. Tangent. Gosar drew controversy last month after Fuentes circulated a flyer advertising an America First fundraiser headlined by the
Not D-Live, his own streaming platform. I'm pretty sure that quote was from D-Live, was it not? We can go ahead and take a look at it right now, because it's still funny and worth going over. Nick Fuentes, age of consent. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, here it is. Let's go ahead and take a nice look at this.
That's
Re-upload.
the most difficult part, because a lot of people don't like this.
Okay, maybe this is on his own streaming. Yeah, America First, live chat. Okay, this doesn't look like D-Live. Okay, so, damn, he's got a pretty nice looking thing. Would you guys like if they're... No, Zan, no, he's banned? Oh, yeah, it's true, yeah. Anyway, he goes on to talk about how the age of consent is bad and whatnot, okay? Yeah, we're all right. Stop. I know.
Republican, which included a picture of the two men sitting next to each other. After initially brushing criticism aside, Gosar, who has previously attended events with Fuentes, denied knowledge of the event. Chief critic. At least one Fuentes critic attacked the Twitter ban. Nick Fuentes has been a giant troll and emo dishonest in his attacks against me, Ohio GOP Senate candidate JD Vance tweeted following news of Fuentes' ban. Don't care. Tech companies control what we're allowed to say in our own country. It has to stop. Leading up to his ban on Twitter, Fuentes had taken aim at Vance over comments he made that were critical of Trump. Vance has since apologized for.
Well, that was the end of the article. I don't know why it ended off right there, but I guess that's the end of the article. All right, so with that said, Nick Fuentes, neo-Nazi public figure, probably the most, popular and largest Nazi figure in the country at the moment, and he has finally been deplatformed from the largest social media site in the world after an unbelievably unreasonable amount of time, if we're being completely honest. It is absolutely wild how long that took, but hey, it finally happened, so what can I say? Wait, is Nick Fuentes a Nazi? I thought he was dating a cat boy. He did fuck a cat boy from what we can tell, but yes, he is a Nazi. You can fuck cat boys and be a Nazi at the same time. We don't judge. Well, we judge about the Nazi thing. We won't judge about the cat boy fucking. I'll judge a little bit about the cat boy fucking. Listen, you can fuck boys that are of age, but don't fuck cat boys. Cat boys are cringe, okay? I'm sorry. I know you guys will get really mad about that because you're all a bunch of little gays in chat right now, but I'm not into the cat boy fucking, okay? I think cat boys are cringe. All right, I think furries are cringe. I think cat boys are cringe. I think cat girls are cringe. If you're out there fucking cat girls, that is cringe. That's more cringe than fucking cat boys, frankly. I think fucking cat girls is a tier above cat boys in terms of cringe, if I'm being completely honest. Anyway, Nick Fuentes, finally banned. Big win. Very based. Let me explain why this matters. So, Nick Fuentes is now forever limited in the audience he will be able to reach. Would I fuck a cat girl MILF? I'd fuck a MILF, but not a cat girl MILF. I'm really just not into the cat girl thing, frankly. Anyway, so listen up. Nick Fuentes, after being banned from so many social media websites and so many different sources to reach people, has forever his reach has been limited. It is going to be a lot harder for a Nick Fuentes video or a Nick Fuentes stream to pop up in the recommended of some 15-year-old gamer boy who likes to watch anti-SJW videos. And they click on that and they start learning about how the Holocaust isn't real. That's going to happen a lot less now. Now, don't get me wrong. There are plenty of other neo-Nazi or alt-right figures that still have platforms that need to be banned. However, Nick Fuentes was by far the largest and most well-known of them. And now his reach has been permanently limited. Now, will Nick Fuentes make an alt or find some loophole to get back on YouTube or whatever like Keemstar does? For those who don't know, Keemstar is banned from YouTube. The only reason Drama Alert exists is because he uses a loophole in which it's like, well, it's not Keemstar's channel, it's the Drama Alert channel, and Keemstar is just the host. So, I guess he could technically do that. However, I think YouTube is on to Nick Fuentes' shit enough now that if that ended up happening, they would take care of him. You would hope Twitter would do the same. We'll find out what happens. There are plenty of figures who've made new accounts and managed to bypass bans, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyway, fantastic news. Very funny. I'm laughing. It is quite hilarious, and it's cathartic to see. You know, there's nothing wrong in feeling like, yeah, this is a good feeling, you know? It is a nice feeling. Regardless, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like on the video. Leave a comment. It always helps in the algorithm. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And even if you aren't new, make sure you've rung the bell icon next to the subscribe button so YouTube actually tells you when I upload a new video or go live, because it won't otherwise. YouTube's very scuffed in that department. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. The link's in the description. Those are my social media. You can also join my fan Discord to join a community of people who enjoy my content and are also close to me politically, and even to debate me. Join my fan Discord. Link is also in the description. And of course, if you want to support me financially, and you have the money for it and you don't need it for anything else, you can always donate to me or subscribe or gift a sub on xanderhall.com/live, my website. You can do the same on YouTube by hitting the join button to become a channel member or super chatting to donate. And you can do the same on Twitch by subscribing, prime subbing, or gifting a sub. And you can also support me on Patreon as well. Links are in the description. And of course, today's Friday, and after what we're doing today on stream, we're going to be doing media share. So if you want to send me videos that I have to watch, that'll be really funny. I'm going to get stoned, watch some videos. You can also donate to my media share link, which I'm sure Lonnie will be posting in chat in a moment. And you can start piling up some videos for me towards the end of the stream when we do media share. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Any form of support, from a view to a like to a comment to anything, to even a donation that you lend me, I always appreciate the support. Thank you so much, and have a good one.